morning. Good morning. How are you? Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Good
morning. Thank you so much. Hello. Good morning, Aline and Yijing. How are you these days?
Yes, good.
All right. Now let's go on with our study on Samadhi. And yesterday we've learned something about the approach. Yeah. So which kind of approach to fight against something? To fight against something, and you know, because we just need peace and don't like the war, and so we need to fight against war. So in that way, and we will look into it. What's the problem with it? What's the way with our idea thinking? Okay, now let's begin. And from here, and Aline, you first, okay, to read it.
Okay. What's wrong with our approach? Like the sorcerer's apprentice from Goethe's poem. We have taken hold of a great power, but do not have the wisdom to wield it. The problem is that we do not understand the tool that we are using. We do not understand the human mind and its proper role and purpose. Thank you.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Your time, Jing.
Okay. What's wrong with our approach? Like the sorcerers, operatives from Goethe's poem. We have taken hold of a great power, but do not have the wisdom to wield it. The problem is that we do not understand the tool that we are using. We do not understand the human mind and its proper role and purpose.
Perfect. Yes, thank you so much. Your time, Grace, you please. Grace,
Hi.
are you awake?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, please read it, this paragraph.
Yep. What's wrong with our approach? Like the sorcerer, apprentice from gather, 对吗？ Goddard's poem. We have taken hold of a great power, but do not have the wisdom to wield it. The problem is that we do not understand the tool that we are using. We do not understand the human mind and its proper role and purpose.
Oh, perfect. Purpose, you got your purpose now. Yes, that's it. And what's wrong with our approach? Yeah, the approach is against something and have inner resistance to something. So what's wrong with our approach? Like the Socrates apprentice from Goethe's poem, when we've taken hold of a great power, but do not have the wisdom to wield it. The problem is that we don't understand the tool that we're using. We do not understand the human mind and its proper role and purpose. So from it, we can see that we neither know the tool we're using, nor understand the human mind and its proper roles and purpose. Yeah, don't understand the tool, but also the human's mind. So in that way, in that darkness, in that unclearness, we just take some action, take action to do something. It is not right. Now let's go ahead with our long one. Yes, you please. Arlene first.
Okay. The crisis is born in the limited conditioned way in which we think, the way we feel and experience life. Our relationism has robbed us of our ability to recognize and experience the wisdom in many ancient cultures. Our egoic thinking has robbed us of the ability to feel the depths and the profound sacredness of life, the luminosity of life, and to realize the entirely different levels of consciousness, which are now almost lost to humanity. In the ancient Egyptian tradition, letters are archetypal forms whose characteristics could be embodied by those who purified their physical and spiritual bodies in such a way that they were fit to house higher consciousnesses. The original letter or the divine principle of this wisdom was known as source or tehti, often depicted as a scribe with the head of a bird or ibis, and represented the orange of all knowledge and wisdom. And tools and thought to thoughts. Thoughts could be described as a cosmic principle of thinking or thought. Thoughts give us language, concepts, writing, mathematics, and all the arts and manifestations of the mind. Only those who had gone through special training were allowed to access thoughts' skilled knowledge. Thank you.
Yes, perfect. Your time, please. And Jin, you please.
Okay. The crisis is born of the limited conditioned way in which we think, the way we feel and experience life. Our rationalism has robbed us of our ability to recognize and experience the wisdom of many ancient cultures. Our egoic thinking has robbed us of the ability to feel the depths and the profound sacredness of life. Luminosity of life, and to realize entirely different levels of consciousness, which are now almost lost to humanity. In the ancient Egyptian.
Sorry, I will check it for you. Ancient Egyptian. Yeah, I think it's Egyptian.
Ancient Egyptian tradition. Letters were archetypal archetypal forms whose characteristics could be embodied by those who purified their physical and spiritual bodies in such a way that they were fit to house higher consciousness. The originate or the principle of this wisdom was known as source or Tahuti, often depicted as a scribe with the head of a board or abyss, and represented the origin of all knowledge and wisdom. Source could be described as the cosmic principle of thinking of soul. Source gave us language conspects, writing, mathematics, and all the arts and manifestations of the mind. Only those who had gone through spell training were allowed to access sources script knowledge.
Perfect. Yeah. Secret 吧. Let's check it. Secret. It means, yeah, it's very treasured. Let's check it together.
Sacred.
And yes, it's sacred. It means very holy, divine knowledge. Yes, okay. I'll read it for you, and then grace time. Okay. The crisis. So hello, Aline, please pay attention to crisis, not crisis, crisis. The crisis is born of limited conditioned way in which we think, the way we feel and experience life. Our rationalism has robbed us of our ability to recognize and experience the wisdom of many ancient cultures. Our egoic thinking has robbed us of the ability to feel the depths and profound sacredness of life, the luminosity of life, and to realize entirely different levels of consciousness, which are now almost lost to humanity. In the ancient Egyptian tradition, natures were archetypal forms whose characteristics could be embodied by those who purify the physical and spiritual bodies in such a way that they were fit to house higher consciousness. The original nature or the divine principle of the wisdom was known as Thos, Tehuti, often depicted as a scribe with the head of an abyss, and it represented the origin of our knowledge and wisdom. Thoughts could be described as the cosmos principle of thinking thought. Thoughts give us language, concepts, writing, mathematics, and all the arts and manifestations of the mind. Only those who have gone through special training were allowed to access thoughts' sacred knowledge. So that's it. Okay, your time, please. Grace. Grace is not here, right? Okay, Grace, is your time. Hi, Grace. You still here?
Yes, 我打开麦不有点慢。
All right. Yeah, take
Sorry.
your time. No worries. Okay, your time.
Yeah, thank you. The crisis is born of the limited conditioned way in which we think, the way we feel and experience life. Our relationship has robbed us of our ability to recognize and experience the wisdom of many ancient cultures. Our egoic thinking has robbed us of the ability to feel the depth and profound sacredness. Sacredness. That right? Sacredness of life, the illuminations of life, and to realize entirely different level of consciousness, which are now almost lost to humanity, and in the ancient Egyptian, that right?
Egyptian.
Egyptian,
In the
Egyptian,
ancient.
ancient Egyptian tradition, later we 这个字怎么读
Archetypal.
archetypal form whose characteristics
Characteristics.
characteristics can't be embodied by those who purified their physical and spiritual bodies in such a way that they will fit to house higher consciousness. The organi 不是 the什么
Original.
original the original nature or the divine principle
Define.
of
Define.
divine
Divine.
or the
Yeah.
divine principle of this wisdom was known as those or
Tehuti.
Tehuti, often depicted as a scribe
Yes.
with the head of a bird or ibis and
Represented.
represents 怎么读
Represented.
represented好难读这个字
Let's check it. Represented.
represented
Represent. Let's check it together.
represented
Represent.
represent, represent, represent,
Represent, and the past simple is represented.
represented, represented,
Represented.
yeah, and represented the origin all knowledge and wisdom that calls the disciple as the calmest principle of thinking or those thought gave us language, concepts, writing, mathematics, and all the arts and manifestation of the mind. Only those who had gone through special training were allowed to access those sacred knowledge. Yeah, thank you.
Sacred. So the sacred. The last
Sacred.
one.
No lecture. No
Knowledge.
knowledge. No.
Okay, knowledge. Yeah, let's check it together. Oh, sorry, my fault. Not knows, knowledge.
knowledge,
Knowledge.
knowledge,
And
Knowledge.
yeah, excuse me, I will have I have to ask for leave, Aline. You repeat it, okay? Okay. You repeat it, okay? To read it again, this paragraph. Aline, are you still here?
Yes, I'm here.
And I'm leaving. You lead us to repeat it, and I will go back in a minute. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
The the crisis is born in the limited, conditioned way in which we think, the way we feel and experience life. Our relationalism has robbed us our ability to recognize and experience the wisdom of many ancient cultures. Our egoic thinking has robbed us of the ability to feel the depth and profound scaredness of life. The luminosity of life, and to realize entirely different levels of consciousness, which are now almost lost to humanity. In the ancient Egyptian tradition, natures were archetypal forms whose characteristics could be embodied by those who purified their physical and spiritual bodies in such a way that they were fit to house higher consciousnesses. The original nature, or the divine principle of this wisdom, was known as source or Tehuti, often depicted as a scribe with the head, a bird, or ibis, and represented the origin of all knowledge and wisdom. Source could be described as a cosmic principle of thinking or thought. Source give us language, concepts, writing, mathematics, and all the arts and the manifestations of the mind. Only those who had gone through special training were allowed to access Source's scared knowledge. Okay, thank you. Just Enid said she leave a minute, right? Then I can read it again. The crisis is born of the limited, conditional way in which we think, the way we feel and experience life. Our relationalism has robbed us our ability to recognize and experience the wisdom of many ancient cultures. Our egoic thinking has robbed us the ability to feel the depth and the profound scaredness of life, the luminosity of life, and to realize entirely different levels of consciousness, which are now almost lost to humanity. In the ancient Egyptian tradition, letters were archetypal forms whose characters could be embodied by those who purified their physical and spiritual bodies in such a way that they were fit to house higher consciousnesses. The original letter, or the divine principle of this wisdom, was known as Source or Tehuti, often depicted as a scribe with the head, a bird or ibis, and represented the origin of all knowledge and wisdom. Thoughts could be described as a cosmic principle of thinking or thought. Thoughts give us language, concepts, writing, mathematics, and all the arts and the manifestations of the mind. Only those who had gone through special training were allowed to access source of scared knowledge. Yeah, thank you.
Sacred. Sacred.
Sacred.
Sacred
Sacred.
means, yeah, is
Sacred.
defined. Sacred.
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 Yeah.
Sacred.
Yeah, sacred.
Sacred.
Yeah.
Sacred.
Yeah, and you can see holy. It means holy and also divine. D-I-V-I-N-E, D-E-V-I-N-E, divine.
Yes. Yes. Heaven.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you so much. So we can go through it. The crisis is one of the limited condition way in which we think. So, and that paragraph is something wrong with it, right? So we know it, yeah, the crisis, it also means the problem, but it's bigger, it's greater than problem, so crisis. So, and Aline, pay attention to crisis, not crisis, crisis. So the crisis is born of the limited, is born of, it means it originated from limited condition way in which we think. And so you see our own thinking is very limited, right? A limited condition where we think, which we think, we can think is just originated from, we can see, hear, and blah, 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 and even we can, yeah, all the ideas, all the thoughts are originate from what we have seen and we have heard and we have touched, yeah, in this way. But they can also run automatically to, yeah, to create something, but they are very limited. The way we feel and experience life, yeah, and we feel and experience life, yeah, also think. So in which we think, the way, conditioned way in which we think, yeah, in conditioned way, we feel and experience life. So just as our commenter said before, all the you know, our full thinking are just from what we see, yeah, what we feel, and all, what we have experienced in life. So that's it. Our rationalism has robbed us rationalism. So we can check it. What does rationalism? Sometimes it means, yeah, relation to reason. Rationalism, it means, yeah, behavior should be on reason. You can see rationalism, it means, yeah, something related to reason rather than on emotions or religious beliefs. You see, reason. So you can see our rationalism, yeah, such kind of reason, has robbed us of our ability to recognize and experience the wisdom of many Asian cultures. And sometimes, you know, rationalism, such as our, you see, Lawson, yeah, rationalism, has robbed us of our ability to recognize and experience the wisdom of many ancient cultures. Rationalism is not based on the choose. That choose is not the real choose. So that's it. Our egoic thinking has robbed us of the ability to feel the depths and profound sacredness of life. The egoic thinking has robbed us the ability to feel and the depths and profound sacredness of life, the luminosity of life, and to realize entirely different levels of consciousness which are now almost lost to humanity. So what does it mean? And it also used the phrase rob something of something. And you can say of something, it means the ability. It means that our ego thinking, our personal thinking, our full thinking has robbed us of the ability to feel the depths and profound sacredness of life, the luminosity of life, and to realize entirely different depths and profound sacredness of life. To realize entirely different levels of consciousness, which are now almost lost to humanity. So you can see we just currently we can feel the consciousness, the six 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. The six consciousness, right, Aline? Hello? Hello, Aline? So currently we can feel the the six consciousness, right? And even cannot you can recognize what we are doing, what is underworking, what is underworking on the eighth consciousness, is it? So Aline, are you still with us? And also, let me see, Ellie. So am I connected?
Yes.
So this one, our egoic thinking has robbed us of the ability to feel the depths and profound sacredness of life, the luminosity of life, and to realize entirely different levels of consciousness. So and currently we can realize something on the from the first consciousness to sixth consciousness, and sometimes we cannot recognize, we cannot pay more attention, even we cannot notice what is working, what is underworking at the eighth consciousness, right?
Yeah.
So it's limited, and some ability has been robbed. You can see has robbed us from the ability to feel different levels, but entirely different levels. So we just recognize some levels, limited levels, not the whole levels. So which are now almost lost to humanity. Which are now almost lost to humanity. So even we did not, even the people cannot comprehend it and ignore it. So it has been lost. In the ancient Egyptian tradition, natures were archetypal forms. So we can check archetypal, what does it mean? Archetypal, it means very typical. It also typical, archetypal, it also means typical. You can say typical.
Typical.
So natures were archetypal. Natures were archetypal forms whose characteristics could be embodied by those who purified the physical and spiritual bodies in such a way that they were fit to house higher consciousness. So because nature is pure, whatever in physical body, but also in spiritual bodies. So they can house something, they can contain something, they can contain higher consciousnesses. It means they can realize, they can recognize something deeper and profound, more profound than others. So that's it. And the original data or the divine principle of this wisdom was known as source or tehuti. So original data, this kind of people, and just known as this one. So we know this. Often depicted, it means described it as scribe with the hate. So scribe, that means we can check it, scribe, this way. And a person who made copies of written documents before printing was invented. So this is it's an occupation. You can say a kind of occupation in the past. Before printing was invented. So often depicted as a scribe with the head bird ibis. So this is the logo, and that represented the origin. I think it's origin. Origin. Let's check it together. The pronunciation of origin, right? Origin.
Origin.
Yeah, and represented the origin of all knowledge and wisdom. So you can see, and this is the occupation, and this is the appearance with the head bird ibis. And it means it represents the origin of all knowledge and wisdom. First could be described as the cosmos principle of thinking and thought. Could be described as the cosmic principle of thinking and thought. So cosmic, it means very something related to our universe. You can see cosmic. And he could be described as the cosmic principle of thinking and thought. You can see sometimes represents and describes as this one, thinking or thought. Thus gave us language, conception, writing, mathematics, and all the arts and manifestations of the mind. Only those who have gone through spatial training were allowed to access such sacred knowledge. So something about the natives and so we can go ahead. What's the main idea? The crisis is born of a limited condition way in which we think, the way we feel and experience life. And so you can see rationalism has let us lose something. This has robbed us of the ability to recognize and experience the wisdom of many Asian cultures. So this kind of Asian culture just describe the Asian culture, and the nature, original nature. This is a kind of the divine principle of this wisdom was known as source tehuti, and they describe as their appearance. Their appearance is with the head of a bird ibis, and its occupation is a scribe and represents the original knowledge, origin of all knowledge and wisdom. But the other one is nature and the other one is source. Source, it means thinking or thoughts. And so what kind of, they give our something manifestation and something in the mind, and also give us some signals, some information, such as language, concepts, writing, mathematics, and all the arts and manifestations. So only those who have only those who had gone through spiritual training will allow to access those sacred knowledge. So it means that because we have a limitation and we cannot access the ancient knowledge, ancient wisdom, and there are two kinds of knowledge and wisdom have been described, and actually such people can access only those who had gone through spiritual training. So somebody has gone through spiritual training can access it. So that's it. Now it's your time, Ellie, to read it through, okay, from the beginning to the end.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, it's okay now. The crisis.
The crisis is form of limited conditioned way in which we think, the way we feel and experience life. Our reductionism has robbed us of our ability to recognize and experience the wisdom of many ancient cultures. Our egoic thinking has robbed us of the ability to feel the depths and profound sacredness.
Yes, sacredness.
Oh,
So at the first beginning, we need to know sacred. I think we check it or sacred.
Sacred.
Sacred. Yeah, it's A just pronounced like A. Yeah. Sacred.
Sacred.
Sacredness. I think you can pronounce in this way. Yeah, sacredness.
Sacredness.
Oh, sacredness. Yeah, okay. You please go ahead. The ability to feel depths and profound sacredness of life. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. The luminosity of life and to realize entirely different levels of consciousness, which are now almost lost to humanity. In the ancient
Egyptian.
Egyptian tradition, letters were archetypal forms whose characteristics could be embodied by those who purified their physical and spiritual bodies in such a way that they were fit to house higher consciousness. The original matter or the divine principle of this wisdom was known as thought or tehuti, often depicted as a scribe with the hand of a bird or ibis.
Yes.
Okay. And represented the origin.
Yeah, origin.
Origin of all knowledge and wisdom. Thoughts could be described as the cosmic principle of thinking or thought. Thoughts gave us language, concept, writing, mathematics, and all the arts and manifestations of the mind.
Only those who had gone through special training were allowed to access Tom's sacred knowledge.
Perfect. Yeah, that's it. So you can get the main idea of this paragraph. Main idea.
Not very clear, but get a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah, you just express what you have got. Okay.
Because our limit, so we cannot accept the many knowledges, but through spiritual training, we can allow to access those ancient knowledge.
Yeah, you're good at reading actually, especially you can grasp, you can you can get the outline easily. Yes, that's it. Yeah, because you see, so what we are talking about, so we create our human ingenuity, create something, and also rationalism is also from our sense and our something we have experience. So in that way, this is kind of thought, this kind of thinking, that such kind of thinking is very limited and conditioned. So we cannot, in that way, we cannot comprehend something spatially, something defined, such as Atlantis and Tahuti. So we cannot understand them completely, and we even cannot develop all the levels of our consciousnesses. Such as actually in our Buddhism, there are there are eight, right? There are eight different levels, of consciousnesses, but we just can have six. We have six. We can touch six. And the seven, I don't think I can. And then the eighth, we even let it go naturally. Yeah, very naturally, wildly. So cannot control it. So that's it. And it also means, our thoughts have limitation. Now let's go ahead with another paragraph. Yeah, I think so. We can try. Yeah, Ellie, you first, okay, to lead us to read it. And if there is any new word we can discuss, we can check together, okay?
Okay. The book of Thoth is not a physical book, but is the wisdom of Akashic or etheric realm. Lance tells us Thoth's knowledge was deeply hidden in a sacred place within every human being,
Exactly.
and was protected by a golden serpent. The archetypal or perennial myth of the serpent or dragon guarding a treasure is one that permeates many cultures and has been called by names such as Kundalini, Shakti, kind, Holy Spirit, and inner energy. The golden serpent is the egoic construct, which is bound in the inner energies, and until it is mastered and overcome, the soul will never be able to attain true wisdom. It was said that the book of Thoth brought nothing but suffering to any individual who read it, even though they will find the secrets of the gods gods themselves and all that is hidden within the stars. What must be understood is that the book brought suffering to any individual who read it, any ego that tries to control it. In the Egyptian, in the
Egyptian.
Egyptian tradition, awakened consciousness was represented by Osiris.
Osiris, yeah. Osiris, yeah, that you can
Okay.
Osiris, no problem.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's about not knowledge, I think. Yeah, wisdom. All right, I will read it again and then, okay, let's check it. So, Jin, you still here? You would like to read it again?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The book of Thought is not a physical book, but is the wisdom of the archetype or etheric realm. Legend tells that Terra's source knowledge was deeply hidden in a sacred place within every human being and was protected by a golden serpent. The archetypal or perennial missing of the serpent or dragon guarding or treasure is one that permeates many cultures and has been called by names such as Kundalini, Shakti, Kai, Holy, Spirit, the inner energy, the golden serpent is the egoic construct which is bound in the inner energies and until it is mastered and overcome, the soul will never be able to attain true wisdom. It was said that the book of truth brought nothing but suffering to any individual who read it, even though they would find the secrets of the gods themselves and all that is hidden within the stars. What must be understood is that the book brought suffering to any individual who read it, any ego that tried to control it in the Egyptian awakened consciousness was represented by Osiris.
Perfect. Yeah, well done. It's really hard, right?
Yes.
And you can see this paragraph we continue to introduce something about source. You can see source. So the book of source is not a physical book, but is the wisdom of the archaic etheric realm. Archaic etheric realm. It means, yeah, you can see some kinds of we cannot recognize realize entirely different levels of consciousness. So this kind something about something beyond our consciousnesses which we can know is very deep, and such as the seventh consciousness or the eighth consciousness. So we can Google it, we can check it online. So actually it's not a physics book and something related to our hidden a deeper consciousness. Legend tells us that source knowledge was deeply hidden in a secret place within every human being. So and it was protected by a golden serpent. The archetypal or perennial means of a serpent dragon guarding a treasure is one that permeates